Hello, this is Chris from the TradingMentors.com, and I'd like to welcome you to this training video on how to use Heiken Ashi strategies. Before I go on, would you please subscribe? Every day I do a daily analysis and every week I do a weekly analysis with training tools. So please subscribe and you'll get notified with each change. So on the left I have a HEIKEN ASHI chart showing a downtrend, and I have a normal Japanese candlestick showing a downtrend. Hopefully you can see the difference, and the HEIKEN ASHI chart is much smoother. The main difference, as you may have seen, it's much smoother on the left, which is very important, much easier to see on the eye. Notice here the arrows on the right on a normal chart, you've got a green. You don't get that. What the HEIKEN ASHI does, it removes all the noise, so you get a much better chart. The other thing to note is that in this particular downtrend, you can see that the candles stay red, unlike a normal chart. So what do HEIKEN ASHI candles mean, and how can you interpret them and profit? So in this instance, we have the HEIKEN ASHI candlesticks going green, which indicates a buy, and what we need to ensure and look at is the wicks. Now what happens here is the wicks within the candlestick indicate whether there's buyers or sellers into the market. So in an uptrend, as an example, we are looking for green candles but with no lower wicks. When we get a situation where we have higher wicks and lower wicks, it means the buyers and the sellers are fighting against each other. Once there is no wicks at the bottom of the candlestick, then the buyers are in and there's virtually no sellers. Once we get to a situation where, for instance, you have a buy here because there's no wick, this means that buyers are buying in and the price is going to go higher. Once the price weakens, then the candlesticks start to have wicks below them. Now this is an indication that possibly that the buyers and sellers are fighting against each other at this stage and the price could reverse. Now this is the same for the downtrend, of course, but the color is different. It is red. So the price goes red, and what you're looking for is a candlestick that has no wick. This means that there's no longer any buyers in the market for this price, and the price is going to continue down. So no wick, then the price continues. At the end of the trend, as it slows, what tends to happen is the wicks become smaller and smaller. So at the end of the day, the trend may well be finished. In fact, you've got a doji down there as well. As you can see in this example, as the candlesticks become smaller and the wicks start to appear on the upside, then it means that the buyers are starting to come in. So how can you use this? What strategy can you use to become successful and make regular profits as we do? One simple strategy is to add a moving average onto your chart, which will confirm the trend. So in this example, we've got a 10-period moving average, which is the blue line. This measures the last 10 candles and gives you an idea of which direction this price is going to go. So when you have your rules applying and you wish to go long, then you simply wait for a buy setup. So you want to see two HEIKEN ASHI candles with no wicks on the downside. This is ideal. The opposite applies, of course, with the downtrend and a sell setup. Two HEIKEN ASHI candles with no wicks on the upside. The no wicks is really important because it means there's no buyers left in the market. So here's a great example. This is using a 100-day moving average, which measures the last 100 candlesticks. and you can see clearly the buy signals as they appear when the price goes green, and there are no longer any wicks on the chart. Once you get this situation, then you simply buy into the chart on the next candlestick, and you have a 2-to-1 ratio. Your stop is placed just below this previous support area here and here, and you ensure that you have a 2-to-1 risk reward. Hopefully you enjoyed that video. I do daily analysis every day, so please subscribe and come to my website, thetradingmentors.com, where I will teach you one-to-one training.